Well, guys, we're here. 11:28 Thursday morning, May the 8th, 2025. Bitcoin, the entire crypto complex is busting out, baby. This is what everyone has been waiting for, is this moment when Bitcoin would exceed $100,000. We're at 107.61. It went through 100 like a knife through butter. We're at 100,008 right now. Ethereum is really busted out. Bitcoin's up about 4% on the day. Ethereum is up 12% on the day. Really exploded here. This is a 1 month chart. Let me just maybe get into the weeklies. Ethereum is really, now I'm not an Ethereum holder. I'm not punching it. I'm not pushing it. I'm not promoting it. I'm just showing you that Doge is up 10%. Solana's up 9%. Ethereum's up 11%. And Bitcoin, King Kong Bitcoin, is up 3.78%. Just want to remind you, less than 1 month ago, you could have bought Bitcoin at $76,000 quite easily. That is 25% increase in a month. Something's happening in this complex. I think people should actually wake up and see what's going on. Okay, we've had our capitulation, in my opinion, down into the high 60s, low 70s. That happened 3 or 4 months ago. 32% retracement off the very top of Bitcoin. I know you guys like to see my pretty face, so I'll get out of the screen, but I also want to go to, if you're fading this play right here, I don't know what you're fading it for. We're at $100,500. If you've been talked out of investing in Bitcoin at 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, what is it what is it you're waiting for? Like, I would really love to know what these questions are. I was listening to a presentation Saylor gave yesterday, and he quoted Peter Thiel as saying, there are less courageous men and women in the world than there are geniuses. You can overthink this, okay? You can absolutely overthink this. I have a 1 month chart here. I'm going to go to a 1 week chart. We're going to go back. Let's just go back, I don't know, 27 grand, October 23. Or let's go back more recent, August of 24, last summer. We're coming up on 13 months here. Last summer, not even 13 months. We're 10 months away. You could have picked up Bitcoin for 59 grand and you talked yourself out of it. You said, no, I can't really buy enough Bitcoin at 59. I only have $5,900, so I'm going to deploy that into something else. Well, something else was a disaster, unless it was Palantir or a couple of other lucky plays. But what are you waiting for, man? Okay? You could have picked up 68,000. You guys were saying the same shit about 68,000. Look at this, 68 grand, November of 24. December, January, February, March, April, 5 months, 68 grand. Now we're at 100. That's $32,000 increase, 33% increase on something you do know this has limited downside. It cannot go to zero, right? You understand that. It cannot go to zero. Not like crude oil has sold negative, nat gas has sold negative, electricity has sold negative. Bitcoin will never sell negative because of the decimal placements out, I think, 8 to 10. So I just don't know what anybody's waiting for. Just 1 month ago, on April the 7th, you could have bought Bitcoin at 74 grand. You could have bought it at 78. You could have bought it at 81, 80. Don't fade this trade. This is a once in a century event here, okay? It is one in a century event. You do not have to be a genius. You have to be, don't fade what most people do. And there are so few people in Bitcoin right now. This is such early stage, okay? It has been a career killer in a corporation, in a bank, in a government agency. It is a career killer to talk about Bitcoin up until this point in time. And now I'm suggesting it's going to be a career killer if you don't understand Bitcoin, can't explain it to your customers, can't explain it to your base of influence. It is going to be such a key component to prosperity that I don't think that anyone that can't speak to it, really at this point, you're becoming irrelevant on the world stage. Seriously, in finance, you're becoming irrelevant. Anyway, I just wanted to drop a quickie. I'm very, very excited for this. In fact, I'm no longer even excited. I am no longer excited. I am expecting with great certainty that this will continue. This stage will continue from, we could see 88 again. We could see 85. If we do see 85 and 88, I will be buying. Why? That begins to be, again, what should be your strategy here. If you miss this move, if you get a 20% retracement on anything, I have rules the way I invest. A 20% retracement off this price here, I would start to look at buying Bitcoin. That'd be a $20,000 drop, right? And as it continues to go up, if it goes up to 135, which is what I'm expecting, 127 to 140, in the next 6 months, I would expect at 150, 140, I would expect to see a 30% retracement would be, down to 101. If you watch this, it'll go to 130. If you see a retracement at 30%, 28%, I start buying that because I am accumulating Bitcoin for the next 8 years. Okay. All I care about is the next 8 years. 4 to 8 years, 4 to 8 years, 4 to 8 years. If I am not going to invest in a house for 4 to 8 years, if I'm not going to invest in Ethereum for 4 to 8 years, I'm not going to compare an investment against Ethereum or Bitcoin. I need to compare equal time periods. Okay. If I'm not going to hold Ethereum for 4 years, now I'm trading. Okay. I'm not investing for long term. I do not compare my short-term trades against my long-term hold positions. Okay, that's like comparing a one-night stand on a Saturday night at 2:00 in the morning to a marriage of someone that you had to chase, court, and invest in, and then finally you closed her and you did a deal. Like one-night stands and marriages. Come on, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, please. I mean, we got Rodney, who has no muscle whatsoever, and then we have, the carnivores who are taking 125,000 milligrams of creatine and building muscle 3 inches a day. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bitcoin busters instead of the Ethereum. What would that be? Ethereum. I don't know what they are, but they're not muscle men. Anyway, I'll end here because it's getting silly. Hey, you guys, figure out what you have stuck in liabilities or assets. It could be a house. You could have some equity in your home that you could pull out of your home for 3, 4, 5%. If you have 3 or 4 or 5, 6% equity you could pull out of your home, I would most certainly deploy it into a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 year strategy if you can afford the cash flow implications of that interest rate. So look at everything you own. Look at everything you think you own. Look at everything you think is an asset, and most certainly look at everything that you think is a liability and see if there's a way for you to lean into it or sell that and deploy it into Bitcoin, something that's going to be better over a longer period of time. All right. See you guys later. Oh, with less risk, by the way. Less risk. You guys are awesome. Be nice to someone today. Okay. Bring some good karma to your life. And bring good love and cheer and feeling to other people. It will make you much, much wealthier.